Hey guys, in this video I'll be ranking the agents from easiest to hardest to play. Hardest meaning there's a high skill ceiling, like having to learn lineups, learning timing, and abilities that require a lot of game knowledge or skill. So at number 18 we have Sage. Sage is easy, her slow orbs and heals are easy to use. Her wall does have the creative areas to use them on, but generally most Sages wall one area all the time, like mid on split or tunnel on icebox. Her res can be used to bait, but most of the time, resing should be pretty easy. At number 17 is Omen. Now the smokes and ult are really easy compared to other controllers like Viper or Astra, but his spine can be used more effectively with positioning. His regular TP does have some spots on the map, but a lot of times you just improvise when you want to use it. I think it's the easiest controller to play. 16 we have Reyna. Now from an aim standpoint, yes you would want good aim and stuff, but solely from an ability standpoint, Reyna's one of the simplest agents to play. Her C and E abilities are easy to use, and she has the easiest flash. Sometimes you do have to think about when to save your soul orb for a later time, but that's about it. You can also use Dismiss more effectively when trying to get out of situations. Her ult has a hard to control recoil, but when you get adjusted to it, it should be fine. At number 15 we have Phoenix. His wall and fireball are easy to use. Most of the time I just save it to heal, but to push on the site is pretty easy. His ult is also pretty easy. His flashes might require some timing and peeking skill, but overall it's easier than someone like Yuri's, for example. At number 14 is Raze. The only part of Raze's kit that requires a lot of skill are the satchels, but her nade, bot, and ult can do splash damage, so you really don't need to aim well. Also, her ult can be used more effectively in combination with the satchels, and I think that's the main skill that Raze mains have to learn in order to play her effectively. At number 13 we have KO. Now KO has his ult, which is probably the easiest ult to use. His knife is also pretty easy. His flashes can take some time to learn, but they don't seem too hard. His nade does require a lot of skill to be used effectively, like plant lineups and stuff like that, but overall I think KO is pretty average. 12 Skye. Skye has things like her dog and heal which are easy to use, but her ult can be used more effectively if used at the right time or pushing in with the ult. Her blind can also be used to be more effective by surprising the enemy with a quick flash. You also have to try to not blind your teammates. Overall, Skye is average in terms of skill level. 11 Jett. Most of her stuff is easy, but aiming with the ult can be hard, especially while updrafting and dashing. Doing stuff like one-way smokes can also be learned. 10 Neon. Players often think Neon is a zero skill agent, and yes, some abilities like her ult are frustrating, but I think it still requires some aim because you're moving super fast. Her run ability is easy to use, her walls are average, but it's hard not to damage teammates. Her stun can be used effectively by timing and lineups. 9 Astra. Astra does require some skill for all of her abilities. Her stun can be combined with her pull, her smokes can be used more effectively than Omens, but they do require a setup first, and her wall can be placed strategically. Number 8 Brimstone. The only reason I placed this agent so high is because of his Smiley. There's just so many YouTube videos and tutorials just because it's just such an effective ability when used right. But other than that, his ult can be used more effectively when you use it at the correct time, and that's about it. 7 Cypher. Cypher can be used effectively even if you don't know any setups, but there are many guides on how to do one-ways, how to set up trips, sneaky camera placements, etc. There's a lot of setups you can do with Cypher, but the only thing that doesn't really require a lot of skill is his ult. Number 6 Yoru. Yoru's footsteps can be used more effectively, but it's hard to take advantage of baiting the fake Yoru. His flashes are hard to use, but some Yorus know how to use them well. It's hard not to flash teammates and dodge your own flash. His ult is great for info, and some Yorus combine this with a shorty and then TP. Some flash and TP behind enemies. Overall, it does take some skill to outplay with Yoru and some big brain power. Number 5 Chamber. Chamber requires a lot of good aim with his ult and deagle, having only a limited amount of shots. So if you're good at hitting them, it can be super good or super bad. His TPs and traps can be set up, but they shouldn't be too hard to use. Number 4 Breach. Breach's abilities itself are challenging. What's more challenging is the coordination of the team. Everything can hurt the team from flashes, his ult, and E and Q abilities. A lot of Breach's skill is in the timing, for example, flashing in your Jett or ulting for your team to get in. 3 Killjoy. I put this above Cypher a lot because not only on defense, but KJ can also set up on offense with her post-plant lineups. Also, her ult is harder to use than Cypher's due to many locations it can get shot. 2 Viper. Viper's lineups are just hard. Not only do you have to get the location right, but the timing between the first and second volley is also huge. You also have the wall and smoke, which can be placed strategically as well. Her ult can also be used to play effectively, and many Vipers often go out of the ult and just mark the bomb and shoot. 1. No surprise, Sova. Just unlimited lineups from recon to shock darts. Even his ult is challenging to use because many learn how to dodge it. The only ability that's considered easy is the Owl Drone, and that's about it. Comment down below what you would change, like, or dislike if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and have a good day.